Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today, I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus Braga match preview. So the boys and girls, after a brilliant result last time out in Premier League action as the Foxes got their 5th win of the new Premier League campaign as we won 4-1 away from home against Leeds United at Elland Road. Attention now turns back to Europa League action this Thursday night as Leicester will take on Braga in our 3rd game of the Europa League campaign, and 3 points for the Foxes tomorrow night would send us 3 points clear at the top of the group. So with that being said, in today's video I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus Braga match preview for our 3rd game of the Europa League campaign. I'm going to bring you guys the Braga side of things, my thoughts on tomorrow's game, my predicted lineup, and also my score prediction for our 3rd game in the Europa League this season. But just before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video as I bring you guys the Leicester versus Braga match preview today. Another match preview on the channel. The content is coming thick and fast, but if you guys are going to enjoy another match preview today, let me know by dropping a like on today's video. Also subscribe to see my face on your screen before we are edging ever closer to 1,500 subscribers. So if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel already, what are you doing? Go down below, turn that subscribe button grey because we do not want to see any red on there. Also turn on my channel post notifications so you guys never miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow me on my social medias, they'll be down there, links to them will be in the description down below. And last but not least, let me know your score predictions for tomorrow's game and your thoughts in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the Leicester versus Braga match preview. So the boys and girls, as always, getting straight into today's match preview, and I start off by talking about the opposition side of things. Of course, we take on Braga tomorrow night at the King Power Stadium in our 3rd game of the Europa League. Of course, haven't managed to find a Braga fan because I don't really know if there's any Braga fan channels on YouTube. So yeah, let's speak a bit about the opposition side of things and let's speak a bit about Portuguese side, Braga. So then, Braga then playing in the 1st division of the Portuguese league, sitting 3rd place so far this season. They made a pretty good start to the season with 12 points from the first 6 games. Like I said, they currently sit 3rd place in the league just behind teams like Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, and they sit ahead of Porto, who are of course a very dominant side at the European level. They've also made a great start to their Europa League campaign. They also sit on 6 points from the first 2 games in that one, just like Leicester, and Leicester only sit above them on alphabetical order. I don't know, actually, I don't even know to be honest, but yeah, we're on exactly the same points and exactly the same goal difference. Yeah, they've made a great start to the new season in the league and the European level as well. So this is probably going to be the hardest game for Leicester in the Europa League, and it's going to be a very tough game for Leicester because Braga have started the season quite well, and overall they are a very good side. So Braga have a lot of good players going forward who are definitely going to cause Leicester some problems. They have a good striker in Paulinho, a couple of good midfielders here and there who are also very experienced at the European level. It's going to be a tricky game for Leicester. Of course, Leicester are playing this game at the King Power Stadium, but Braga are going to cause Leicester a lot of threat. They are a passing-based style team, which is kind of similar to the way which Leicester City play under Brendan Rodgers. A lot of pace in behind as well. I've heard of midfielders, a lot of creative players in there, such as players like Nicholas Gaetan is probably their standout midfielder for Braga. So yeah, overall it's going to be a very tough game for Leicester, and it's probably our toughest game of the group. So yeah, if Leicester can get a point or 3 points, that would be a great result. Of course, 3 points will send 3 points clear at the top of the group. So last time out for Braga, they got a 1-0 win and they played the 4-4-2 formation, which on paper I think they will play in the game against Leicester on Thursday night. They also played a 4-4-2 in their last game of the Europa League against Zorya Luhansk as well. So yeah, I'm expecting them to go with the 4-4-2 formation. It's going to be interesting to see what formation, what team Leicester go, but we'll get onto that in a few moments time with my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. Yeah, it looks like they are going to go with the 4-4-2. It's a pretty standard formation. We don't see it as much in the English Premier League, but Leicester also have played that a couple of times. Of course, we played that when we won the league in 2016 as well. So yeah, that formation is going to cause us some problems as well, but especially in the midfield, if Leicester can just fit out that midfield with depending on what formation we play, I think Leicester can really take control of the game. But 2 strikers up front is definitely going to cause Leicester a lot of problems as well. I think they're going to stretch the play quite a bit. I think the wing backs are going to be pushed high up the pitch as well, and the 2 centre midfielders are also very creative midfielders, I've heard as well. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Leicester overall, but it's probably pretty even to be honest. Of course, Braga made a good start to their campaign in Portugal League and also the Europa League as well. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game for Leicester on Thursday night, but I'm pretty confident that Leicester can get 3 points, which should make it around 4 wins in a row for the Foxes, which would make it a great start to the season. And overall, of course, will send us 3 points top of the group. So the boys and girls, that is it for the away side of things. That is it for the Braga opposition side of things heading into tomorrow's game. So yeah, let's get straight into the Leicester side of things heading into our 3rd game of the Europa Europa League this season. Right then, Braga at home tomorrow, our third game of the Europa League campaign. And of course, we made a great start to the Europa League this season with 2 wins out of 2, 6 points out of 6. Of course, we started our Europa League campaign off with a great win at home where we beaten Ukraine side Zora Luhansk 3-0. And of course, last time out in the Europa League, we got a good win on the road as we won 2-1 against AEK Athens away from home. So yeah, can Leicester make it 3 wins out of 3? It's going to be tough for Leicester, but if we can get another win today, that pretty much wrap the group up for Leicester. Braga is going to be Leicester's toughest opposition in the group stage, and if we can get a win tomorrow, that should realistically send Leicester very close to basically securing getting into the knockout stages, which is a perfect thing for Leicester. Of course, we come back into this game on the back of a brilliant win away from home against Leeds United, and also a great win away at Athens, and also a great win away at the Emirates Stadium as well. So yeah, we are coming into this game on very good form, to say the least, and hopefully Leicester can return back to the King Power Stadium tomorrow night and get all 3 points in the Europa League. So moving on to the game itself then in more detail, it's going to be quite interesting to see what type of formation Leicester go with and how actually going to set up tomorrow. Of course, the last couple of games we have been going to 3/5 at the back. We'll move on to more of our team lineup in a few moments time, but the way Leicester are going to be playing the game, in my opinion, I think we're going to try and dominate Braga in possession, especially with Leicester just playing at home. And if Braga set up in that 4-4-2 type of formation, I can imagine Leicester getting quite a lot of the ball and Braga sitting quite deep defensively, looking to counter attackers, of course, with 2 strikers and then 2 wingers as well, pushing forward as well. So yeah, I can imagine Leicester having quite a lot of the ball tomorrow night. It's going to be difficult for Leicester to try and break down that Portuguese side, but if we start with enough quality in midfield, like Tielemans, Dennis Pratt, James Maddison, we should have enough quality to break down that side. I think Leicester will sit back for the first 5 to 10 minutes as always, try to work out the side, see how Braga are going to approach us, and we can really push on to Braga in the end to the first half, of course going into the second half for the rest of the game as well. But it's going to be a tough game for Leicester. Braga also have a lot of quality going forward, but of course Leicester also have a lot of quality going forward in depth as well, to be honest. Of course, we have the likes of Vardy, Ian Acho can both play up front. Midfield is very strong with the likes of Tielemans, Pratt, Maddison all playing now. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for Leicester, but overall, based on the recent performances and results in the league, we should pretty easily get the win in the game. It's going to be tough, a lot of games in a row. Hopefully we get no injuries again, but yeah, I'm pretty confident that Leicester can get the 3 points tomorrow night. So boys and girls, that is it for the Braga side of things and my thoughts on tomorrow's game in the end. So yeah, let's get straight into my predicted lineup. So this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start tomorrow night against Braga in our third game of the Europa League then. So yeah, start off in goal, I'm going to be going with Kasper Schmeichel. Of course, Schmeichel had a great performance against Leeds last time out. Couldn't really do too much about the goal. It was a pretty poor goal to concede overall. But yeah, Kasper Schmeichel has to start for me tomorrow night. The formation which should be going for is going to be the 5/3 at the back. It's going to be a 3-4-3, and then it's going to be it's a bit of a random formation. I'll move on to it. But yeah, I'm going to be going to 3 centre backs. I'm going to be going 4 across the middle. Of course, the 2 wingers are going to go drop back into the wing backs. There'll be 2 centre mids and then 2 type of cams, then 1 striker up top. It's a weird formation. I don't know why we're using it, but I can imagine Brendan Rodgers going with that type of formation tomorrow. So yeah, it's going to be like a 5-4-3. I don't really know how it's going to work. It's going to be a 3-4-3 basically, but 2 cams instead of wingers up top as well. So yeah, it's a weird one, but yeah, in goal I'm going to be going, of course, with Kasper Schmeichel. Right then, moving into the back 3 then. So yeah, the 3 centre-backs to start for me tomorrow night at the King Power Stadium. The first one is going to be Wesley Fofana. I think this guy's probably the first name on the team sheet at the moment. Good to see that Kaggle Sunchu is getting closer to full fitness, and same is Johnny Evans as well. But yeah, of course, Wesley Fofana has made a great start to his Leicester career. Another class performance last time out against Leeds in the Premier League. Yeah, for me, Wesley Fofana has to start in this game. Alongside him, I'm going to be going with James Justin to start in that centre-back role once again. Of course, James Justin is normally a left-back or a full-back, but with just for the injuries we have, I think James Justin is going to slot in that centre-back role once again on that right-hand side in the 3 centre-backs. We had a great game against Leeds United last time out, so yeah, I'm going to be going with James Justin to start. And the other centre-back which I'll be going for is going to be Wes Morgan. I think Christian Fuchs is going to be given a rest. Of course, he's aging as well. Wes Morgan didn't play a minute against Leeds United. I don't think he was even in the squad. So yeah, I think Wes Morgan is going to come straight back into that back 3. Give the 2 youngsters some solid experience in there. And I think it'll work quite well because obviously Wesley Fofana, James Justin are quite strong and fast, to be honest. I think Wes Morgan's going to slot in the middle of them to help them 2 out. And of course, Wes is very good at reading the game as well. So yeah, my back 3 is going to be Wesley Fofana, Wes Morgan and James Justin. So on to the midfield 4 then for tomorrow's game. Starting off with the 2 holding centre midfielders. It's going to be the more defensive midfielder for me, of course, is going to be the Parley's Mendy. I mean, he had a great performance against Leeds once again as the man. He started the season off so well. He started off the season well in the Europa League as well, of course. Yeah, for me, in that centre defensive midfielder role, I'm going to be going with the Parley's Mendy. If Braga are going to sit back, Leicester, he's going to be very important in there, trying to get the ball forward and also trying to stop the play, especially if Braga are going to come at Leicester on the counter-attacks. Yeah, Papi Mendy is going to be very important in the game. The midfield battle is going to be very important in the games. Yeah, the first centre mid is going to be Papi Mendy. Alongside him, I'm going to be going with Youri Tielemans. 2 goals last him out against Leeds United. That's going to give him a lot of confidence. He's a star man. He's playing class at the moment, is Youri Tielemans, and he deserves to start once again in the Europa League against Braga on Thursday night for me. Of course, he's going to be important, trying to set the play up for Leicester, try and break them in behind. Like I said, if Braga are going to sit back, we need lots of Maddison, Tielemans, lots of Papi Mendy as well, just to make those passes in behind and try and break try and break the Braga defence down. So yeah, my 2 centre mids are going to be Papi Mendy and Youri Tielemans. The right mid / right wing back, I don't really know. It's going to be Marco Brighton on that right hand side for me. He played in that type of position against Leeds United on Monday night and played very, very well in my opinion. So yeah, the right wing back / right mid is going to be going up and down. It's going to be Mark Albrighton. He's going to be very, very important going forward and also getting back defensively. On the left hand side, I'm going to be going with Luke Thomas. Same really as Christian Fuchs, going up and down on that left mid / left wing back side. Of course, he's quite young, but he had a great performance against Leeds United, did young Luke Thomas once again. So yeah, I think he deserves to get his first start in European action. Of course, he made his appearance against AEK Athens, but I think it's time for Luke Thomas to get the starts here. My midfield 4 on the left is going to be Luke Thomas, 2 centre mids, Mendy and Tielemans. Right mid / right wing back is going to be Mark Albrighton. So then, moving into the front 3, like I said, it's a bit of a random front 3 in my opinion. I'm going to be going in with 2 cams kind of in the middle, not playing out wide, but kind of more centrally. So yeah, I don't really know myself, to be honest, boys. But yeah, the first cam is going to be James Maddison for me. He came on against Leeds and he absolutely changed the game as well. Got that pre-assist for Jamie Vardy's goal and he looked very, very good. Did James Maddison. So yeah, I think it's time for James Maddison to make another start in the Europa League. I think he'll do quite well in that cam role. I'm going to place him just on the left hand, in that left type of cam role, linking up with the likes of Tielemans and Luke Thomas on that side. But yeah, I think James Maddison he should start and he's going to be very important in the game. If Braga are going to sit back, James Maddison is probably going to be the key man in that Leicester midfield. So yeah, James Maddison to start as one of the other cams, and the other cam is going to be Cengiz Under for me. Of course, came on against Leeds, got another assist, past the Vardy. The link-up's there, boys. Real Morris move aside, Cengiz Under coming because he has made a great start to his career. So yeah, he's going to be the other cam in that similar role, coming in from the right hand side, linking up with the likes of Marco Brighton on that right hand side and lots of Papi Mendy as well. So yeah, Cengiz Under is going to be important. He's quite a skillful player, can quite easily pick the pass, as we've seen with his 2 assists in the last 2 games. So yeah, my 2 cams, kind of inverted cams, are going to be James Maddison. Cengiz Under. Striker is going to be Kelechi Iheanacho. I think Vaz deserves to have another rest. Of course, he played quite well against Leeds, got an assist and a goal in that one. But yeah, I think Vardy needs to be rested for a big game on the weekend against Wolves. Kelechi Iheanacho is going to start for me. Of course, Vaz can always come on if things don't go to plan. But yeah, my front 3 is going to be James Maddison, Cengiz Under, and up top I'm going to be going with Kelechi Iheanacho. So boys and girls, that is it for the Braga side of things. My thoughts on the game and just then my predicted lineup. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts on that lineup in the comment section down below, or you can put your predicted lineup as well in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, let's move on to my score prediction then for tomorrow's game. As always, guys, let me know your score predictions, your thoughts on tomorrow's game in the comment section down below. But yeah, my score prediction for tomorrow's game, I'm going to be going with a Leicester win. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Leicester City tomorrow night. I'm going to be going with Maddison to get 1, Iheanacho to get 1, and for Braga, who knows? I think that striker will probably score. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win tomorrow night for Leicester. I think it's going to be a tough game for Leicester, but overall, I think I have enough quality in the end to break down that tough Braga side. Actually, I think the Braga scorer is going to be Paulinho, their striker. It's literally just came to my head. But yeah, 2-1 win tomorrow, boys. I'm confident. It's an important game tomorrow. If we can win, of course, that's send 3 points top of the group. It's going to be tough, but I think we have enough quality with lots of Maddison, Cengiz Under, Tielemans if they all start to break down that Braga side. So yeah, my prediction for tomorrow's game is a Leicester win, another 3 points. I'm going to go over Leicester 2, Braga 1. Let me know your score predictions for tomorrow's game in the comment section down below, boys and girls. So the boys and girls, that is it for today's video. In today's video, I bring you guys the Leicester City versus Braga match preview. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, let me know by dropping a like. Also, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on tomorrow's game, your score predictions in the comment section down below, boys and girls. But yeah, I'm a Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.